Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, February 6th. We are currently on the southwest side of Houston, Texas right now. Stafford area, I just saw a sign for I guess next couple exits, whatever. Crossing over West Airport Boulevard now. Also, if you're looking on the map, there's a Missouri City very close by. Looks like a U.S. highway bypass route or something, or some kind of U.S. highway coming up here. Probably 59 or something for all I know. Alright, we are on our way to make a delivery to a place here in Houston on the southeast side by the name of Schoenmann Produce, or Schoenmann Produce. We kind of had that conversation recently about the pronunciation of words that start with SCH. I think when I did that Tyson Foods pickup in Seguin, Texas, or Seguin, whatever, we had that conversation on toward the end of that video about how to properly pronounce words that start with SCH, which should normally be like school, but I know it's very common in the American language to pronounce it SH, so instead of SK kind of sound. So take your pick, whatever. I don't know what people locally call it, or I mean what the business itself calls itself, but that is where we're on our way to. It'll be my first time going to this particular customer. Well, a little bit more info on that in a bit. Let's talk about first how things went, where I picked this up from, and then some follow-up information I want to also discuss about another recent video. Alright, so I picked this load up at Partners Alliance Cold Storage in Riverside, California. It is a load of frozen breadsticks. Oh man, they smell good, I'll tell you that. Oh, I love it. Definitely not the biggest place in the world that I picked up from, though. Definitely a challenge to dock in and out at. Depending on how good your backing skills are and who else is there docked in when you're there. Alright, anyway, let's see. Yeah, I do want to, I'm trying to change my zoom level to as I need it. I like to have a wide view on my map, so I always see both myself and my target, and not just the few miles in front of me, and I have a better perspective of what the traffic situation's like and all that. Alright, anyway, I had a recent video I talked about where I think it was where I delivered it at Stainer Brothers in San Bernardino, where I talked about flash points. You know, or actually, yes, diesel fuel can ignite. If you find that video on there, you'll get some good info about it. Now, I have some follow-up information about that I did not have enough time to discuss then, but I also want to follow up on a really good comment by Brian Facino. Brian's been a regular viewer of my channel for quite a while. Dude's a wealth of knowledge. I'll tell you, whenever he's around saying something, there's something to be learned. I'll put it up. You know, some people might call me a know-it-all at times, but no, it's when that guy's talking. Yeah, I'm always finding myself learning something new from him. So, huge shout out to you, Brian, for always. Being very helpful and knowledgeable. Alright, anyway, so if you watched that other video where I talked about how petroleum substances actually have what's called a flash point. Alright, now flash point is basically the point where, now if you haven't already seen it, basically the point where you can create enough vapor, or a liquid flammable substance can produce enough vapors to support combustion. Now, there's more to it than that, and I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth on than what I even talked about in that video. So first, you know, another thing about flashpoint is that whenever the I might need to move over because this bus is holding me up. I got this white Ford or Kia, whatever I think is back there, not making it easy for me to get around. Alright, anyway, the flash point, another way you can put it is when you're above that temperature, you can ignite the vapors, not the liquid, but the vapors, and they will stay lit if you're above that temp. Now, if you're below that temp, if you add an ignition source like a match or lighter or whatever, then you might ignite some of it, whatever. But as soon as you remove the ignition source, the fire goes out. So above that point, though, it'll keep burning. And then you also have what's called a spontaneous combustion point, or self-ignite point, which would be, let me slide back over here. Now, just like how paper has a self-ignition temp of 451 degrees Fahrenheit, diesel fuel also has something like that. I have to double check that I'm going to use the correct exit. I'm pretty sure I know which street it is I want to use. And for diesel fuel, that is, if I recall, 526 or 536 or so degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere in that ballpark, I forget. So if you get it up above the flash point and ignite, we're at self-combust, or self-ignites, it can get hot enough where it can, it can self-ignite past, where all of it can just basically explode. Now, Brian brought up a good point about how on PACCAR products, the fuel tanks have basically a vent hole that allows the pressure inside the tank to equalize with the pressure outside the tank. And the reason for that is because if you have the fuel pump, assuming that it's located outside of the tank, like inside the engine bay, and it's sucking the fuel from the tank into toward the engine, then it'll create a vacuum atmosphere or vacuum environment, which could actually cause the tank to implode, not explode, but implode. Basically, it's kind of like having a submarine go at too low a depth and getting caved in by all the pressure of the water from outside. Same concept. Now, speaking of that, though, with lower pressure, something else I learned, which actually I already hypothesized, but then I did some research and found out that my hypothesis was correct. And I had this hypothesis because of my knowledge of what I was taught about, the difference, the relationship between temperature, pressure, and volume. That was all stuff I got taught as an aircraft maintenance. So generally, when the pressure drops, basically the boiling point, or actually lowers. So like the very blood in your veins, it might have a certain boiling point, and you have to be up at higher temperature. But if you look, maybe like when Felix Baumgartner did that super high altitude skydive from what was it, like 85,000 feet or whatever the hell altitude he was at, he had to wear a spacesuit. Why did he have to wear a spacesuit? Because at that altitude where there's, the air is super thin, pressure is very low, his blood can literally boil even at low temperatures, like even below freezing temperatures. It can boil possibly. Same concept here, right? So if a lower pressure environment can make your boiling point drop, then it probably will also make the flash point drop as well. And after doing some reading, I found out that is exactly the case. One site I looked up said that on all substances with flash points, if they drop the pressure from 1 atmosphere down to 0.4 atmospheres, the flash point on virtually everything dropped about 10 degrees Celsius or 18 degrees Fahrenheit. So 140 degree flash point on fuel, you cut that temp and that pressure in half, and now you got a flash point of only 122 basically. Much easier to reach that point, especially on a hot summer day in certain areas of the country. Alright, now something else to consider though is that flash point is also might be considering that you're at standard atmospheric pressure, which could be 29.92 inches of mercury, or I believe it's 1,013 millibars. I'm thinking of aviation related stuff there that I'm familiar with. Okay, Mikono, or I have to double check what street I'm looking for, what exit I'm looking for. It's hard to read it, but oh, come on, then you changed my oh my god, it totally butchered it. When I went from night view to day view, it switched my it reoriented my map back to northbound, north back to upward when I'm trying to look at it a different way. My exit is coming up before long, but let's see. Nah, I don't need that lane anyway, so. So anyway, yeah, it doesn't, now, this flash point, I mentioned, might rely on the temperature being, or at regular atmosphere, standard temp, like 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, not Fahrenheit, but scratch that. I'm thinking aerodynamics there, and general effects of temperature, pressure, and volume. Okay, so we're just mainly talking about pressure here, though. So your regular atmospheric pressure, your flash point might be 140 degrees, but again, that might be at a standard atmospheric pressure. Now, if you let's say you have this fuel and you're getting a lower pressure area, I think it's the next exit coming up. I need Mikono Road, or I think is what it says. Yeah. All right, exit half a mile away. Get slid over here. Or Mikawa Road, or Texas 35. That's where we're going to be exiting. Alright, anyway, if you end up in a lower pressure area, like maybe say you're at sea level, for example, even if you don't have pressure changes, natural atmospheric pressure changes because of weather, it could also be, you might be at sea level when you do this, when you get your fuel or something. And then if you get up to higher altitude, like say in Denver or somewhere, or actually even like Albuquerque's higher altitude than higher elevation than Denver. Denver's only called the Mile High City because its elevation is exactly a mile above sea level, 5,280 feet. Okay, we're going to be making a left turn. Do I need to slide over? I don't know. Yeah, I want Mikawa ruined, so I was like, I don't want to go over that overpass. I want to stay down here at this level. Okay. So that's something else that you might want to keep in mind there is what elevation you're at, because that could absolutely have an effect on what the pressure environment that you're in, and that can also affect okay, right lane must turn right, so I need this lane that this car's in. So yeah, that can also affect the flash point. Crap, I can't see. Seatbelt's not helping me. Okay, I got five cars. And I can't, one more. So I can't even see the angle I'm at. It's really hard to even see the traffic through my hood mirror. And normally when I'm at that kind of intersection, I'll try to sway my tractor over to the right so I can face the intersection perpendicularly and so I can easily see what's going on in both directions. But with the turn pocket style of turn there, that just was impossible. So definitely not a truck friendly intersection there by any stretch. Okay, so I did take the Sam Houston tollway down here. A lot of you guys, if you end up going to this customer, might not want to use the tollway though. If you would prefer the free or quote unquote free route, you would want to take the I-10 over to the 610. Go south on 610, and I'm guessing you can use the same exit, the same street off of 610 that I just used myself, Mikawa Street. I don't know for sure, but I would imagine this road intersects with 610, has an interchange with 610 as well, because it does go up that way. I elected to avoid that route because it's Monday morning, and what is Houston well known for, just like any other big city, is lots of traffic. There were traffic delays I knew I was going to have before even getting onto the 610. I even had some traffic delay in between the Katy Tollway and Highway 6. And I think even in between Highway 6 and the Sam Houston Tollway, which is otherwise known as Highway 8. Okay, we're not too far away here. I know there was another highway I wanted to turn right on up ahead. It's not Highway 35, is it? I can't remember. Or Airport Road. Airport Boulevard, yeah, that's the one I want to turn on. I'm going to turn right onto it. That should be, I don't know, perhaps a mile or so up. Got a lot of trucks coming out of this Texaco station here. It's not even a truck stop either. But there's room for them to at least park temporarily to run inside, it looks like. Okay, this is Orem Drive. And I believe the next slide up is going to be Airport Boulevard. It does appear to be a mile and a half, 2 miles, whatever it is, up ahead. We're making a right. We're going to make a right turn onto there. Although I've never been to this customer before, you guys might be interested in knowing if there is truck parking, like overnight parking available in the area. I believe you can park right there on the street overnight in front of the customer, because actually the customer's policy is you have to park on the street anyway, and then walk your bills up to the guard shack. At least from what I've been what I was reading on the Google reviews. So if you have to park on the street to check in, then I'll make an assumption that it's okay to park overnight as well on that same street. Kind of a mixed bag of reviews, I guess. Yeah, some people, there were some people who were saying that some woman at the guard shack, I guess, is rude. But yeah, you never know. Every time, most of the time, I don't have a problem with people, even the same people who people complain about. But there are once in a blue moon, I do have an occasion where, yeah, I'll have an issue with someone, and me personally, I'm not against telling them either you clean up your attitude or I'm going to take my load off your property, and then you can explain to the customer why they're not going to get their load. I don't really give a shit. If you want to talk to me like if you want to be a complete asshole or a bitch to me, then yeah, we can work on that. All right. Anyway, yeah, this should be airport here. Yeah. But I also saw some reviews that suggested that the people there are, not bad either. So, like, friendly enough, whatever. So, I don't know. It's just, everyone's going to have their own experiences, obviously. I can't see what... Looks like it was a protected turn there, but I couldn't tell. Alright, I want to see... No, it's cop, whatever, coupe, something. It starts with a K. It's all I can see. This is Santa Fe Drive. The next street, I believe, where I just saw this gray car turn down, I believe is the one I want. Yeah, it should be right here in this turn. I want to turn down this street right here. Don't have a shoulder to work with here, so I will have a concern about whether there's anybody coming on this street. Look like we're okay. Alright, no parking on this direction. Alright, yeah, this is plenty wide streets. But I do see car haulers and other, mostly all car haulers parked here. Okay. Yeah, I guess they're here to probably making deliveries to this looks like Mannheim, Texas hobby. Okay, and then the street that's right on the other side of this Mannheim, Texas hobby place, we're gonna make a left onto, and that will be the street, the Newhouse Boulevard, I think it is. And the Newhouse is spelled the German way, not the American way. Neuhaus. Okay, I see the stop sign over there. That should be Newhouse right up here. It's it'd probably be easy to miss on at night, but I can see the back of the stop sign there very easily. So that was the first clue that this was the street right here. All right. What's no left turn onto Still? Okay. Okay, yeah, no, there's a Still here. I did see some info in the reviews suggesting something about scaling in and scaling out. I don't know if it's applicable to both deliveries and pickups. I did see some comments, some reviews in there that kind of gave indications of both. It sounds like they have a lot of bulk potato loads that come into here though too, so what all they have scale. I don't know if they have every load scale or if it's just certain types of loads that come in that scale or whatever, or anything outbound or whatever. I don't know, but okay, right up here where you saw that truck turn in is where we're going to check in. I'm just going to walk my bills up there to check in at the guard shack there, and then I'll figure things out from there, right? Alright guys, we are finally ready to dock in now. It is 9:42 local time. So we've been here over 2 hours already. Just got a call to dock in the door 6 a couple minutes ago. Alright, so from what I can tell, it looks like there's plenty of room to dock. There's dock doors to the right or to the left. I'm not sure. There might be enough room to straight back in some areas, but I would plan on doing a sight side. Just kind of a regular 45 type, whatever. Alright, door 6, that's over here to my left. Double check that. Alright, so just had to check in with her real quick, and that's it, I guess. I guess I don't need my bills to be moved anywhere. Just dock in over here, and that's it. Now she's got a plexiglass, whatever, kind of, COVID-19 blocker thing, whatever, right in front of her. So it's hard as hell to hear. So I recommend when you go up there, make sure you turn your engine off. Because otherwise, I couldn't hear what she was saying for anything. Yeah, even with the engine off, it wasn't the easiest to hear her. Alright, we're pretty much right in front of my door, I think. There'll be plenty of room to, yeah, that's my door. The tandem's a little bit off to the... See what I mean? I keep forgetting to switch the camera over for you guys, and that's why I really want to get back and get my eagle eye set, so I can get my eagle eye turned back on, or set back up, so I don't have to keep doing that. Having a hard time seeing where exactly I'm at because there's a little bit of a sun glare on my... I need to move back over to this way. The tandem's a little bit further over there, then square back up with the door. Alright, looks good there. Now I'll go ahead and back up some, and I'll get my doors open. Alright, this is trivial from here, so no need to drag this on for you guys. Continue on with this when it's time to dock out. It is currently about 9:45 a.m. local time, alright? So yeah, have more for you on the way out. Alright guys, we are all done unloading here. It is 10:35 local time, so I was only in the door for, what, 50 minutes? 45, actually about 45 minutes before they were already coming out to give me my bills. So now it took a little bit of time to let my air charge back up, get doors shut and all that kind of crap. We're ready to roll though. Alright, what's going on now? I do have a pre-plan. I just got it while I was sitting here in the door. We're going to be picking up a reload at the Tyson Foods plant in Carthage, Texas. Let me get checked out here in a minute, and we'll talk some more about that before we're ending the video. Okay, so on your way out of here, didn't seem like they were concerned about anything, but if you want to be extra sure, doesn't hurt to get out. Make sure you walk around to the entry side though, because the windows are tinted. You're not going to be able to see the guard there in the shack unless you actually get out of the truck and walk around to the other side and talk to them through the entrance side of it. Potential spam with the Washington, I was going to say 253 area code, I know for sure is the Tacoma area. Alright, so the way to get up to Carthage from here, I'm going to come up this, whatever you call it, street. Give you a little bit of a turn cam view there. Just for fun. Of course, I won't have to be hitting switches to do it when I get my Eagle Eye system back up and running. Alright, there is a lane, the lane is blocked up here. Alright, we get up here to airport, we're going to make a right and take it across. Oh, come on, dude. Better figure something out. They're gonna pull out in front of me, at least have the balls to do it all the way and speed up fast. Not just be confused about what speed and what lane. Okay, well this is airport right here. We're gonna take it over to the main drag over, I forget the name of the streets. Telegraph, I think it was. Telephone, telegraph, something like that. It started something along that line. But we're gonna make a left on it, and that'll take us right up to Interstate 45. And we'll take I-45 up to close to downtown Houston, and we'll get on I-69 north from there. 69 will take you up to the northeast, and that'll eventually turn into US 59. Basically, yeah, if you just stay on US 59 and work your way all the way up to Nacogdoches, then end up working your way across from there over to Center, Texas, which is another place that we do a lot of Tyson loads out of. Go through Center area, or actually, I don't even think you even have to go through Center to get to. From Nacogdoches, I think you can cut more direct, but I can't remember. Or I don't know. I'll have to check on the map again. But yeah, Carthage would be up that way, kind of getting up toward Louisiana. If you watch Bonehead Truckers a lot, you were probably familiar with Ike Stevens. I know that's his neck of the woods somewhere. I don't know exactly where he lives. He's somewhere in that neck of the woods, though. But yeah, that's where we'll be picking up a reload at. But before I do that, I'm going to have to take my trailer. I'm going to have to stop at a truck stop along the way up there. And I have a trailer tire that needs to be replaced for wear. Yeah, it's Telephone Road. That's the one I was thinking of. Make a left here. Left on Green Arrow only. Okay. So we're going to take that, yeah, I say, I'm going to stop at the Loves up in Cleveland, Texas, which is northeast of the Houston proper area, I guess I would call it. And I'll just worry about getting my trailer, the tire replaced there. There's a trailer washout. I mean, I can always stop at Blue Beacon over here and off the 610 freeway here in Houston to get my trailer washed out, but I don't really want to stop there. I mean, I could. I don't know if might have to double check if they have a washout only lane. I forget. I've only been to that one once, and I don't remember if they had a washout lane. If it doesn't, I just as soon go up US 59 up through up into the small town of Redland, It's just like Redlands, California, but without an S. There's a small truck wash over there that I usually hit to get washed out while I'm on my way up to Center or Carthage from the Houston area. Pay out of pocket or my EFS check, but it kind of beats sitting in a line for 2 hours at a Blue Beacon if turns out that's what it's going to take. So anyway, that's what's going on here, right? No need to drag this on, and we'll keep this guy as on the road short enough side for you, I hope. I hope you guys got some good information out of this, whether it just be the customer information or the, kind of diesel fuel flash point kind of stuff. Whatever, always some kind of value I'm hoping you get out of my video. So, aside from that, all right, we'll see you guys up in Carthage, Texas on the next video, right? You have a great day.